time.
How long have you been making plans for Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron, I think John's been working on that for about 2 years now. This movie took 80 days, about 80 days to shoot with the first unit, and then we had a second unit that was working for about 50 of them. So you had that up, a lot of days shooting, but a lot of action in this movie, and we had both units.
Can I get my phone taken away? Can the parent take my phone?
First off, I'd like to say,
That's what I was doing.
great job. My question kind of
Can you zoom in?
Yeah, big before you start recording.
Marvel has a really great style where they really want every movie to kind of be its own thing. So while they do certainly think about how everything is interconnected, they don't want to overplay that. You know, they don't want, you know, so while we do talk to Josh and sort of he keeps up on he keeps up on what we're doing and we keep up on what he's doing, etc. as well as everybody else. It's not woven so tightly together where everybody's just like kind of doing things as a group. It's very much, each movie is individualized, and they want sort of each, all the filmmakers on each movie to bring as much individuality to each movie as possible. So we have a very interesting balance between keeping things connected, but also giving each movie its own space to become whatever it wants to be.
Thank you.
Hi. First off, I just wanted to say, wow, I was completely not expecting this for Captain America 2. Not gonna lie, the first one didn't really impress me too much, but this one, you just completely blew the roof off it. Awesome.
Thank you.
Not only a superhero movie, it was like a spy movie, a war movie. It was amazing. I have only 2 questions for you. The first one is, with the post-credit scene dealing with the twins, is it true that those were actually Quicksilver and I believe Scarlet Witch?
That is true.
What are the implications with that? Are you guys planning on tying in the X-Men cinematic universe with the Marvel universe?
That's a tricky question because the rights to the
Wolverine was an
X-Men are owned by
Avenger.
Fox.
Wolverine was an Avenger.
Fox Studios. Marvel retains the rights to the Avengers, but we're told where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver also exist in the Avengers universe, so they're shared rights. So you see in the new X-Men movie, there's actually, they're using their version of Quicksilver, and Johnson's using his version in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Right. And just for a second question, by any chance for Captain America 3, do you have any, extra spots, for any actors here? I'll play a background character.
You're in.
Right on. I'll see you after the show.
Yes, now my question is, from a directorial standpoint, which was like the most complicated scene you guys to shoot, right?
A good question. Look, all of these action scenes are really difficult to shoot. They require months of planning and rehearsal. Anytime those fights have to be very tightly choreographed, or people can get hurt. So you have to handle all that stuff very carefully. But so the action sequence that might have been the most difficult, though, is the scene where Winter Soldier attacks them on the freeway. Because that freeway, we used Cleveland, which is where Joe and I are from, to double for Washington, D.C., because D.C. is so hard to shoot in. And to shoot that freeway sequence, we needed to close down freeway, a stretch of freeway, almost 2-mile stretch of freeway, for 2 weeks, complete closure. And because there's explosions, etc., we can't be pulling all those cars on and off the freeway every day. You have to leave them there. So there was a lot of pressure on us because it was a big ask, and it was a big give for us to be able to close down that freeway. And we knew that there was going to be no leeway, meaning they wouldn't give us an extra day if we needed it. So we knew we had to get everything right. We had no room for mistakes. So we're basically running units around the clock for 2 straight weeks, and we practically didn't sleep for 2 weeks. It was a big adrenaline rush. We had to get all that stuff. And, you know, it ended up all turning out all right, but it was very tense 2 weeks.
Grace Mel, 17. This is a two-part question real quick, part one and part two.
How do you make all the explosion stuff and all the flying?
How do we make all the explosions?
Yeah, and flying.
Oh, the flying. Well, the explosions are, a lot of them are done what we call practically, which means on location or on set. It's usually like, we have experts who gas bombs and attack debris. So that's how we call it. Some of them, obviously, and visual effects and that by effects companies. The flying, that's all done by Ireland as well.
You okay?
Probably 90% of you see thousands of students actually all how to fly. Anytime he's on the ground talking, that's Anthony Mackie, and then when we're in a close-up when he's in the air, that's Anthony Mackie.
Thank you. And then my question was, without offending the other superheroes, what are your favorite superheroes?
That's a good question. I mean, look, I grew up collecting comic books. One of the first books I ever bought, really was the Captain America Falcon team up. Never loved Falcon's outfit, which is why I always thought he looked like he belonged in a.
That's why he changed. He changed.
But I don't know. Cap's one of my favorites. Spider-Man is one of my favorites. I love the X-Men.
Spider-Man's such a character.
DC, I think.
Okay, hello. I've noticed in the Phase 2 movies that they're starting to get a little bit darker with, with Iron Man 3, him suffering from PTSD from the New York scene, and then in Captain America 2, Captain dealing with the whole situation. Post-traumatic syndrome. That's what soldiers get. Is there a point where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting too dark for all audiences? Or
Like anxiety, depression.
I don't know, it's a good question. I mean, look, again, part of the process is, I think there is a progression to get darker, which you see, it's like the sort of Star Wars Empire Strikes Back movement, which is, once you've introduced the world, in the next phase of the movie, you need to kind of up the stakes. So they do tend to get darker. But as far as where it'll go, it's hard to say because, again, Marvel just takes every movie kind of one at a time, figures them out one at a time. So it's kind of a vague answer, but look, these are big, expensive movies, so they need to appeal to very wide audiences. They can't get, they can never become so dark that it becomes a niche audience that they're going to appeal to. So, but anyway, what that ends up meaning is a question you can only answer, answer one movie at a time.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Star Wars with Iron Man.
Did you say can we combine Star Wars with Iron Man? Kind of have because we're using George Lucas' company for all the effects. Sometimes I grew up on Star Wars, and sometimes when we watch this, I see like little similarities between some of the guns and I don't know if we can combine Star Wars. They have Disney owns them both.
Are you done with this?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Why is Captain America the first superhero?
You done with this?
Why is he the first superhero? I actually think Superman and Batman. I think Cap was 41. came out during the war, and it was a way to inspire troops and inspire patriotism. These last active long time.
Thank you, great movie.
Thank you.
I just have one question for everybody that enjoys the UFC here. What was it like working with George St. Pierre and him being
What about Scarlett Johansson? No one's asking the good questions.
Yeah, George, the question was about George St. Pierre, who is, you don't know him, he's the French speaking pirate that cat fought on the boat. He's a total gentleman, really for as ferocious as he is a fighter.
Sorry, Jermaine, he's married.
Real gentleman, really classy guy. We loved working with him. And we studied, basically us and our stunt team, our stunt coordinator, we studied his fighting style very closely because we wanted to take advantage of what he had to offer. This is man punch, yeah, exactly. We sort of used a lot of it, tuned into his signature stuff, and he worked with our stunt team for a little while, and the one concern we had is sometimes, he's a real fighter, obviously, and when you stunt fight, you have to use a special technique so you don't kill the person you're fighting. You have to be able to pull your punches properly. So we were a little nervous that a real fighter may have trouble doing that, and Chris couldn't get knocked out. But our stunt coordinator, as soon as he started rehearsing with him, we got the word back right away that his precision was crazy, ridiculous. Put his punches at the exact same spot every time. He was a pretty amazing guy, very impressive.
I think they're talking about the Black Widow movie. There's rumors that Doctor Strange is going to be attacked.
Doctor Strange played by Johnny Depp.
Got three. Avengers is up next, but I think that's all we're talking about.
Are they still over there?
What?
Are they staring at us? I can't hear anything.